Could you please consider subscribing to my channel and giving my video a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it.
Once upon a time, in a small, colorful town, there lived a brave and loving father named Jack, who had a special secret. Jack was not just an ordinary dad, for he also had magic powers. He could fly through the sky, lift heavy objects with ease, and make the most delicious pancakes with just a flick of his fingers. Jack's son Tommy adored his dad more than anything in the world. Every day after breakfast, Jack would twirl a golden cape around his shoulders and announce, "I am Super Dad." Tommy would chuckle with delight and jump up and down, ready for another adventure with his amazing father. One sunny morning, as Jack and Tommy were playing in the backyard, they noticed large, menacing clouds gathering in the sky. Suddenly, a fierce storm began to brew, and strong winds began to blow everything in their path. The townspeople were frightened, and all the children ran inside for shelter, worried that the storm would ruin their plans for the day. But Jack, being the brave super dad that he was, stepped forward with determination. "Fear not, my friends. Super Dad is here to save the day," he proclaimed as he soared into the sky and disappeared into the heart of the storm. Meanwhile, Tommy watched from the ground, his eyes wide with amazement and pride for his dad. Suddenly, thunder rumbled and lightning crackled, but nothing could stop Super Dad. With his powers, he pushed back the storm and guided it away from the town. In no time at all, the sun peeked out from behind the clouds, and the townspeople cheered with joy. "Super Dad! Super Dad!" the children chanted as Jack floated down from the sky, his cape fluttering in the breeze. Tommy rushed into his father's arms, beaming from ear to ear. "You did it, Dad! You really are a superhero," he exclaimed. From that day on, the townspeople knew they could always count on Super Dad to keep them safe from any danger. And as for Tommy, he couldn't have been prouder of his incredible father. As weeks passed, the town was filled with excitement, for the annual family picnic was fast approaching. Everyone was looking forward to a day of games, delicious treats, and spending time with their loved ones. Tommy couldn't wait to team up with Super Dad for the three-legged race and the water balloon toss. The morning of the picnic arrived, and families gathered at the sunny meadow, where colorful tents and picnic blankets were spread out. Tommy and Jack joined the festivities, and soon, the sounds of laughter and joyful chatter filled the air. As the day went on, the families participated in the various games and activities. Super Dad and Tommy were doing exceptionally well in the three-legged race, hopping and laughing with all their might. They were so close to reaching the finish line when suddenly, a mischievous squirrel darted in front of them, causing them to stumble and fall. The crowd gasped, fearing that their favorite duo might have lost the race. But with a determined look on his face, Super Dad sprang to his feet and lifted Tommy in his arms. "Hold on tight, son," he called out as he zoomed across the grass, his feet barely touching the ground. The spectators cheered and clapped, amazed by the speed and agility of Super Dad. Together, they crossed the finish line with a triumphant shout, and the cheers of the crowd echoed throughout the meadow. "Hooray for Super Dad and Tommy," the children cheered, as they surrounded the father and son, showering them with praise. After the race, it was time for the water balloon toss. Super Dad and Tommy formed a strong team, and with their precise aim and coordination, they managed to outlast all the other competitors, emerging as the champions of the day. The families erupted into applause, and the town's mayor stepped forward to present them with a shiny trophy. "Congratulations, Super Dad and Tommy," the mayor announced. "You've shown us all the true meaning of teamwork and determination." As the evening approached, the families gathered around a warm, crackling bonfire, and the night sky twinkled with stars. Super Dad, with his cape shimmering in the firelight, regaled the children with tales of his daring adventures and magical powers. The young ones listened with wide eyes, and even the adults couldn't help but be captivated by his tales. As the night drew to a close, Super Dad turned to his son with a smile. "Did you have fun today, Tommy?" he asked. "I had the best day ever, Dad," Tommy replied, hugging his father tightly. "You really are the greatest dad in the whole wide world." The townspeople bid farewell to each other, their hearts full of joy and gratitude for the amazing day they had shared. And as Superdad and Tommy made their way home, the stars above seemed to twinkle a little brighter, illuminating the path for the extraordinary father and son. As they reached their doorstep, Superdad tucked Tommy into bed, and the boy yawned contentedly, knowing that he had the most incredible father by his side. "Good night, Superdad," Tommy whispered sleepily. "Good night, my brave little hero," Superdad replied, planting a kiss on Tommy's forehead. "I love you to the moon and back." With that, father and son drifted off to dreamland, where new adventures awaited them, and their bond remained strong and unbreakable. In the town where love and courage thrived, Superdad and Tommy were a shining example of the special connection between a father and his child, a bond that could conquer any challenge and fill every moment with happiness and wonder. And so the story of the amazing adventures of Superdad and his beloved son continued, with each new day bringing more excitement, laughter, and cherished memories for all the families in the town. For in the end, it was the power of love that made every moment truly magical, and it was the bond between a father and his child that made life's adventures so extraordinary.